So good evening, everyone. Welcome back again in another weekly market outlook. Hope you are good, doing well, and enjoying your weekend and getting ready for next week. So let's start for the weekly market outlook. And first of all, if anyone wants to join us, looking for group membership or one-on-one training, just simply go to tracktrainingacademy.com. Check the membership levels, group membership, group training, and uh, and one-on-one. So for one-on-one training, so let's move on to the setups for the next week. So dollar index, as you guys know, that dollar index is still in correction, the correction which having in since last couple of weeks. We got a very short move for upside, and we are having impulsive move. So it is turning into a very nice ABC move. So a breakout, all right? So next week, price to break out and continue to go lower. So you're looking for a dollar to drop during the Fed rate decision. This channel to break out aggressively, correct, and keep pushing to the downside. Okay, so once price is going to complete that ABC move, another move for upside. So next week you are looking for that wave, so aggressive move to happen and continue to go lower all the way back to that bottom. All right, so if price is pushing higher for another up move like that, corrective move back to that top, all right, so start looking for it to drop again. So we are not anticipating that move, all right, so this move to happen, so drop aggressively to the downside. Okay, so euro dollar, just reverse the euro dollar chart. All right, so euro dollar to go back up. All right, so it is also forming a very nice ABC move. We were anticipating that chart, that pattern last week, if you remember. All right, so it bounced off, so it still can push slightly lower back to that bottom before you're gonna get that aggressive move for upside. So you are looking for that wave next week from the previous bottom. All right, so from current price. Okay, so this area. So on lower time frame, there's gonna be a 15-minute correction. So just watch that correction and follow price to continue to keep pushing higher. All right, on lower time frame. If I'm going to look at the lower time frame, so price already formed a 15-minute correction. Just watch for another one, okay, a slightly bigger one, or test the previous bottom and then go for another leg. All right, so it's going higher, forming that pattern. The pattern was short to medium term, one more drop back to the previous bottom. Okay, we are still in a recession market, so we may see another move down, another leg lower. Okay, so hopefully you understand that. Bigger time frame chart. Okay, so short to medium term, another up leg, another bullish leg. All right, this move to happen. Okay, so for next week, same wave, same trade, the trade which we were anticipating last week. Okay, if that is not going to come, it is not breaking up. Okay, the next leg is not happening and price is going to get down. This ABC move is dropping aggressively like that. Okay, this sharp move is coming. Just follow that, just join that and follow that to continue to go all the way back to that bottom. All right, so that's the Australian dollar US dollar chart. Kiwi is also same like last week. All right, so another bullish leg to come. All right, so there is a flag on lower time frame. When market gonna open next week, watch that flag to break out and continue to go higher all the way back to that top. This ABC move to complete, and then again draw for one more move down from this previous high. Okay, this previous high. So on a bigger time frame analysis, same like the Australian dollar US dollar chart. All right, so in a bigger time frame analysis, same like the Australian dollar US dollar. Okay, so first of all, go for another up leg. All right, and then again give us a drop and then go higher or continue to go higher. So same analysis like the Australian dollar US dollar. Okay, so for sell, as I said, we still may see another drop lower. Okay, this ABC move to complete, price to hold that top, okay, and sharp sell to come correct and tag this low. Okay, before you sell, you see, make sure you see stronger sell over there. Okay, so similar like that previous one, and join that sell once you see that is going to come. So if it is going to drop during the Fed rate decision, just follow that sell. Okay, for one more drop. So pound dollar US dollar, bigger time frame analysis is still same like last week, hasn't changed a lot. Hopefully you remember that. Okay, so bigger flat formation ABC move for longer term, this ABC move. Okay, but we still can see another drop, another leg lower before going to continue to go higher. All right, so for that sell, so make sure you watch the flag which is just emerging over there for next week. All right, this flag. If that flag is breaking down aggressively, okay, so just watch it to continue to go lower. All right, we are not anticipating this move, but in case if stronger sell is going to come, just follow that back to that bottom. Okay, what we are looking this breakout. Okay, breakout and continue to go higher. All right, same correction which I was showing last week. We are still in that correction like this. All right, so breakout and continue to go higher pound dollar. So we are looking for pound to continue to go higher by another up leg. All right, so same like the other pound other dollar charts. So dollar CAD on a bigger time frame analysis still same. All right, so we are looking that to happen that wave. All right, so there is the chart. So that wave to happen, not this one. So the one which I'm looking is there. All right, this wave to happen. So same analysis, same chart. We are having bigger correction over there. Okay, so the correction is just appearing over there. Okay, that flat formation or expanding triangle and that wave to happen. So there is possibility that dollar CAD can, test this previous top again, 148 or 147 area again, because oil is under pressure. So oil has to bounce off aggressively from the bottom. If oil is going to bounce off aggressively from the bottom, then you can stay longer term bearish on the dollar CAD. All right, and they can sell it every time and it is testing the previous top. Okay, so still counter trend on the dollar CAD. All right, so counter trend trade go down for big time. Okay, so as you guys know that dollar oil went lower than zero last week. All right, so and there is possibility that the dollar against the CAD still can push back to the 160. Okay, so when you are selling the dollar CAD from these tops for longer term to the downside, make sure you figure it out that oil needs to bounce off aggressively from the bottom. Okay, there should be stability into the market before dollar CAD is going to get lower. Okay, so data is dropping significantly. The economic data, all right, that's telling us that the depression is the recession is going to get worse, going to be similar, like going to be worse than 2008 depression. So looks like that the recession which we are having going to be similar like 1929, but the market size was very small at that time in 1929. All right, so market size is not like the way we are having today. So market size is very huge. So if we are going to see similar kind of recession or Great Depression, the Great Depression which we have seen in 2019, there's going to be a lot of pain. Yeah, so still looking the dollar CAD to breakdown. Okay, breakdown and continue to go lower. So there is possibility that the dollar CAD still can push higher for another up move for short term. Okay, this expanding triangle back to that top. All right, and this expanding triangle, bigger time frame, this ABC move. Okay, and if so, price is going to test 43, 44 areas, then look for this to go down. Okay, so dollar CAD is same analysis like last week. There is a flag on lower time frame. Okay, that flag to break out. So when market gonna open, watch that to break out specifically during the Fed rate decision. Okay, this flag which is just forming over there. First of all, this flag to break down aggressively and continue to go lower. So bearish on the dollar CAD and dollar yen chart to also break down. So dollar to break down simply next week during the Fed rate decision. So this flag which is just forming over there, aggressive breakdown. All right, and continue to go lower, form another one and test the bottom and then go higher. Okay, so dollar yen is also a breakout setup for the downside. So there is possibility that you're not gonna see that breakout. Okay, and dollar yen gonna go for another up move like that. Okay, if it goes, if test that top, form that flat formation, start looking for this to drop again. Okay, if breakout is not, this flag is not breaking, okay, then let it to go higher and then again go lower. So dollar yen breakout, same analysis like last week, all right? So hasn't changed a lot. So euro yen, there is possibility that the euro yen going to keep pushing slowly lower from the current price, okay, and going to tag this previous low. As you guys know, that the data is just getting worse and worse. So labor market is, US labor data is getting worse day by day. Yes, a lot of people are losing their jobs in the US. Okay, almost 27 million people lost their job. So we still can see strength on the yen, okay, and euro yen can keep pushing lower slowly the way it is doing from that top, and can tag these lows, okay, 110. So any trade you take for upside, make sure you watch price action on lower time frame before you're gonna go long on that. Okay, so we are anticipating. Last week I was showing you a slightly different formation. Okay, but the US labor market is telling us that recovery is not there yet. Okay, and things can get slightly more worse before we're gonna see recovery. Okay, so this flat formation, okay, and then go down or keep pushing lower back to that bottom, all right, and then longer term reversal. So that you can even trade on lower time frame as well, okay, with this previous trend. Okay, so for the bigger trade, let that go and let the bigger correction to happen, okay, and then there's going to be another trade. So there is possibility that euro yen can keep pushing low, much lower than 110, okay, and can go up to up to 95, all right, 95 or even 100 areas. Okay, so the buy you're going to take over there from the 116, make sure you take with care, okay, and put your stop behind once you're going to get into the trade on the euro yen from current price. So pound yen, very much same analysis like the pound dollar chart. Okay, there is a flag, okay, there is a flag, yeah, this flag. Okay, so that flag to breakdown. If breakdown, get in, stop, and let the price continue to go lower. Okay, and from that bottom again, look for it to continue to go higher. If not breaking, don't get into the trade. If not breaking, okay, so break up this move, okay, this correction or this expanding triangle, breakout, aggressive breakout, stop behind that and continue to go higher. So this is kind of a neutral analysis, okay, but it depends on how the equity is gonna behave. All right, the equities, currently equities are pushing higher. Okay, we are anticipating equities to keep pushing higher. So if equities keep pushing higher, yeah, we're going to see a break up, and the pound yen going to continue to go higher. Okay, if equities are going to drop, we are going to see significant drop on the equities. Equities are going to get a lower, and going to specifically the S&P 500 is going to test the previous bottom. We're going to have breakdown and one more drop, and price going to get lower back to this area. All right, so Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar chart, we were having correction last week, the correction which we were anticipating. We had that correction, all right, and we got the breakout, prices pushing higher. So for next week, watch that expanding triangle formation, all right, the expanding triangle formation, and then continue to go higher. Okay, so next leg all the way back to the 110. First of all, watch it to go up to 185. Okay, 185. Bigger time frame analysis. I hope you guys remember that. So is everything all right on the YouTube, guys? Just let me know if there is any issue on the YouTube. Hopefully things are fine on the YouTube. All right, so okay, so Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Okay, this expanding triangle to form and continue to go higher. If expanding triangle is not going to form, okay, and price is pushing higher, correct for another time and continue to go higher. Okay, so bullish. Hopefully you remember that chart, okay, from the bottom, what we are anticipating on it. So the bigger time frame chart should be on a weekly time frame. So let me bring that chart. Okay, so this is what you are looking. So price to continue to keep pushing higher all the way up to 110. So correction. Okay, so correction which I have just shown you, form that correction, and this to continue to go higher. All right, so euro pound. Hopefully you remember that where we are heading on the euro pound for the bigger time frame. Okay, so euro pound is heading lower from the top. We have seen bounced off last week on it. All right, and there going to be a short-term buy opportunity. All right, okay, so from this previous bottom and this ABC move. Okay, this ABC move to form and then drop. So first of all, watch that short-term buy opportunity when market gonna open. Okay, and watch how far that goes. Okay, there is a flag. All right, this flag. Okay, this flag is already breaking out this short-term trade. Okay, and then once price gonna complete that bigger ABC move which I have just shown you, that ABC moves to break down and continue to go lower. So euro pound. Okay, this is the bigger time frame, so still bearish. All right, so we are still bearish. Weekly chart have just shown you weekly wave is still going lower. Okay, but here on this time frame, on a 4-hour time frame, give us a bigger correction, something like that. Okay, and then that to continue to go lower. So euro pound. All right, and pound chief. All right, so pound chief to break down. All right, break down aggressively and continue to go all the way back to that bottom and then go higher, or this expanding triangle which I have just shown on the pound yen chart and euro pound chart. Okay, this expanding triangle. Okay, and next leg. All right, bullish leg buy. So that's the pound chief. Pound CAD still bearish. All right, pound CAD last week we were looking this to break out and break down. All right, and you are still looking this to break down. So watch pound CAD to hold the previous top. All right, this previous top. Okay, and this move to happen, or all the way back to that bottom. Okay, CAD to get strong. All right, or oil to bounce off from the bottom. So okay, so for short term, another up move. Okay, this one more up move to happen. Okay, back to that top, this ABC move to form and then drop. Okay, this is the structure which we are having right now on the pound CAD. Okay, so euro CAD also bearish. All right, bigger time frame analysis. Hopefully you guys remember that where we are heading. So short term buy. Okay, last week we were expecting this flag to break out, this correction to break out. All right, that expanding triangle formation was there. So price is still sideways, turning into a bigger correction. Okay, so this short term, one more up move to happen. Short term, a buy opportunity back to that top. All right, and once price gonna form that ABC move. All right, and then continue to go lower. Yeah, so we may see breakout, but this is not the best place to trigger the trade. Okay, so watch it to go back up, test that top, and then continue to go lower. So there is still possibility that the EuroCAD can tag the 160, 158 areas again. All right, because you guys know that oil is under pressure. Okay, you have seen historical drop on the oil just in the last week. Yeah, oil wasn't oil was less than a zero. Okay, no value for oil, and this is a tragic, all right, so event, the historical event we have seen in last week on oil. Just imagine that oil, those who are producing oil, they were paying people to take their oil away. Unusual. Okay, so if oil is going to get back to the bottom, going below 10 again, it is currently running above 10. Some people, every broker is giving, right? So this one more drop, more leg lower. So pound Australian dollar also pushing lower. All right, so we still can see another move higher. So correction there. Okay, on lower time frame, correction there, and then continue to go lower. Okay, or bounce off very aggressively and go higher. Okay, so when I say bounce off on pound Australian dollar and go higher, it means that Australian dollar simply shock to come back. All right, they're going to be shocked, and again, we're going to have uncertainty into the market, and dollar gonna get stronger, and the rest of the market gonna drop. Okay, so correct and continue to go lower on lower time frame, or go back up for another up move back to the top. So pound New Zealand dollar is also same analysis. Okay, on the bigger time frame, go down from this previous top. All right, so from 209 and from current price, go down all the way back to the bottom, or go back up another move and then drop. So CAD yen. All right, so CAD yen to break down. So it's coming, so just wait. There you go. So CAD yen to break and go down for another leg lower. Okay, so CAD yen to break and go down for another leg lower. On a bigger time frame, we still may see more downside on the CAD yen. All right, CAD yen can push lower for before we're gonna have longer term reversal. Okay, CAD yen can tag these lows on 209. Okay, so on lower time frame, keep pushing lower on the CAD yen. All right, so breakdown and continue to go lower. If it push higher for another leg, okay, so let's say slightly push higher, okay, and then start looking for sell. All right, if test these areas, this sideways market, all right, then look for it to continue to go lower. So bearish, stay bearish for short to medium term on CAD yen. Okay, and Uzi yen also stay bearish. All right, stay bearish for medium to short to medium term. Longer term reversal is not there. All right, and for next week, similar analysis like Australian dollar, US dollar, which I have just shown you. Okay, so breakout on lower time frame, another up leg. Okay, and then again draw from the top. Okay, if not breaking this area, and sharp sell is coming. Okay, from this top, sharp sell is coming. Just follow that sharp sell. Correction, add more all the way back to that bottom. All right, so Australian dollar and yen can push much lower. All right, so we may see prices back to these areas where we have seen in 2009. Okay, so this is still a continuation trade for the downside back to that bottom. Okay, so longer term reversal is not there. Okay, so we are having a decent pullback, and that decent pullback still can push for another up leg. All right, another up leg, which I have just shown you. So if you remember the previous charts on the Uzi yen, so we were looking these corrections to break out. Okay, these waves. All right, and next time that wave. All right, so this correction, hopefully you have seen that chart. So we are having a sharp correction. That sharp correction can push higher. Okay, this breakout we have just shown you. So if so, then let that to happen, or even you can trade for short term for one more up move on a breakout, but trade with care. Okay, this breakout, that breakout, so aggressive breakout needed over there. Okay, aggressive breakout and push higher, correct, and keep pushing higher, and then once price is going to complete that daily correction, then drop aggressively for the downside. Okay, if you don't see that move, okay, and price is struggling there, that top, and breaking down aggressively, sharp sell is going to come like that. Okay, just follow that sharp sell. Okay, on correction, add more all the way back to that bottom. So another leg lower. Okay, and similar analysis on the Kiwi yen. Okay, so this flat formation to form, price to hold that top and go down for another leg lower back to that bottom. All right, on a bigger time frame, weekly time frame, we may see more downside on the Kiwi yen before we're going to have longer term reversal. Okay, we may see much lower prices. Okay, back to this area on 2009. So correction is just happening over there on lower time frame. Just follow that correction and stay trending to the downside on the Kiwi yen, this flat formation. Okay, so first of all, look for this trade back to that bottom. All right, so this flat formation. So euro, Australian dollar, okay, very much same analysis like the Australian dollar, US dollar. Okay, so break up, aggressive breakout, correct, and continue to go higher all the way back to that top, and then again long term reversal. Okay, for buy, this sharp move to happen, correction, and then go higher. Okay, so on lower time frame, this correction which is just happening over there. Okay, so for next week, I have shown you almost neutral analysis on the Australian dollar and Australian dollar pairs and Kiwi pairs. Okay, so we are recovering from the shock on these pairs. Okay, the shocks which we have seen just a couple of weeks ago, prices are recovering from those shocks. Okay, if price keep recovering, going to get into the into a bigger daily, you know, correction. Okay, then another leg. Okay, the leg which I have just shown you there on the Aussie dollar US dollar chart. Okay, so this leg. Okay, so for that leg, aggressive breakout. Okay, this correction which is just there on a 1 hour time frame. So if you see that breakout is going to come, just follow that breakout and price to continue to go lower. Last week I was asking you to watch for this flat formation and then drop. Okay, so you got that. Now next week this aggressive move to happen, just follow that. Okay, if aggressive breakout is not going to happen, don't go short. Okay, then look for this move. Okay, that move back to that top and correction and then go much higher. All right, so both charts are same. All right, so euro New Zealand dollar as well. If I'm going to go to the 4 hour time frame, okay, so this flat formation to this 1 hour time frame correction to break down and continue to go lower. That's what we are looking. All right, if a breakout is not going to come, then buy. All right, then short term buy within that flat formation. Okay, if buy is going to be very aggressive, correction forming, then stay into that trade and then again start looking for sell from the top. Okay, this correction which is just forming over there next week, so watch that to break out aggressively. Okay, breakout. So Kiwi Chief, all right, so same on the Kiwi Chief. All right, so this correction you see there, that correction to break out aggressively and continue to go higher. If not breaking, price is struggling at this area. Okay, or this EBC move struggling there. Okay, then start looking for sell. All right, then start looking for sell. Okay, then start looking for another leg lower. Okay, this is our structure. All right, okay, this is our structure. So Kiwi Chief and Euro Chief is also same like last week. All right, so keep pushing slowly to the downside or bounce off from the current price. Okay, and give us a longer term reversal. So for next week from the current price, okay, price is forming new low, all right, after breaking that bottom. So watch this to go higher. Okay, that trade. Okay, if it goes lower, then again watch it to go higher. So buy on the Euro Chief from the current price. So the Uzi CAD, okay, bigger time frame analysis is still same like last week. All right, so correction there and then go higher. Okay, or break down for one more drop. So if I'm going to go to the lower time frame, all right, so price is bouncing off really aggressively from the bottom. All right, so for next week, let the price fall very aggressively. Okay, wait for this to fall aggressively. All right, so if you see that fall is coming out, okay, get into the trade, put stop behind that, wait for another correction and let the market continue to go lower. Yeah, or you can add more back to that bottom. Okay, so don't sell it before that breakout. All right, so you're going to get into the trade before the breakout, price going to continue to keep pushing higher. You're going to form correction and going to continue to go higher for longer term reversal on a weekly time frame chart, which I was showing you in the last couple of weekly market outlook, if you remember. Okay, currently we are having that longer term reversal. Prices bounced off very aggressively, okay, and it can continue to keep pushing higher. Okay, keep pushing higher all the way back to this weekly top. So for that move, there must be an ideal scenario for the rest of the market. All right, and when I say ideal situation for the rest of the market, means that people who have lost their job, almost 27 million people lost their job when country is going to open their lockdown. Those 27 million people needs to get back to their work as quickly as they can. Then we're going to see recovery in the market. Okay, currently we are having buy the dip on the equities because Fed was putting a lot of money into the market. Okay, and when market gonna start to react to the data. All right, data is really bad. So the economic data which is just coming out over there, okay, those data is making, you know, history. All right, so you haven't seen that much bad data in 2009. All right, so when market gonna start to react to the economic indicators, then we're gonna see more downside. Okay, then we may see more downside. Currently market is reacting to the central banks. All right, so that's why I said once you're going to see that the aggressive sell is going to come on the Australian dollar, US dollar, CAD, then join in for the sell and one more drop back to that bottom. Okay, if sell is not coming, prices keep pushing higher. All right, then let the next move happen. Okay, so we are currently bullish on the Australian dollar. Okay, we are bullish. Okay, then there's going to be another leg. I have shown you the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar chart. Okay, and the trade which we have taken from this previous low on the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar chart. So we are currently looking Australian dollar to get more strong. All right, so if you go back to the Telegram, all right, so I'm going to show you that chart again. So we are currently looking Australian dollar to get more strong. Okay, so look at that. So we were long on the Australian dollar from these areas. Okay, from that bottom. And so we want Australian dollar to go more higher. This is Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar chart. Okay, so we want this to go more higher. Price is currently running around 63 areas. This area. Okay, so we want this to go more higher. So if we see more strength on the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, all right, Australian dollar gonna get strong across the market. Simple analysis. All right, you're not gonna see, drop on the Australian dollar with the previous bearish trend, with the previous longer term bearish trend. Okay, so similar thing you're gonna see here. Okay, this is gonna break out. Okay, gonna form another correction and gonna continue to go higher for longer term reversal. Okay, but before you go for sell, make sure you see stronger sell is going to come, and then so if stronger sell is going to come, just start selling the Australian dollar everywhere, New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar. All right. So that's the Uzi CAD, and this is very much same like last week. It hasn't changed a lot. Okay, so Kiwi CAD hasn't changed a lot. So longer term, go higher. This bigger weekly flag to break out. Okay, this to go higher, and on lower time frame just stays sideways. Okay, so price is still staying sideways. Okay, so it can stay sideways for a while. So we may see breakdown. Okay, I have shown you both direction analysis on the New Zealand dollar pairs. Okay, we can see that one more up move or aggressive breakdown. Okay, so highly likely you're going to see that one more move down. All right, so a neutral analysis, guys, not a best opportunity on the Kiwi CAD. Okay, so silver, formed that expanding triangle last week, which I have just asked you to watch. Okay, we have seen that, and silver is pushing higher. So for next week, so currently you're looking this correction to break out. Okay, this correction which is just there on a 1 hour time frame, this correction to break out and continue to go higher. So let me bring the chart so that you guys can get the idea what to do next week on this. Let's look at this silver chart. All right, just bear with me, guys. Okay, so there you got. So same analysis is going to be over there on the silver. So silver stay bullish. So buy every dip on the silver. Okay, if it is coming close to the 1450, 14 area or 1390 area, just look for that trade. All right, there is the next wave. Okay, so you can use wider stop loss, you can use tight stop loss, whichever stop losses suit you. Okay, so if your position is small, let's say you are looking for $50, $100 trade, okay, then you can use tight stop loss. Okay, just behind that. Yeah, and if you're looking something like a bigger position, okay, like risking something like 5 grand or 10 grand, all right, so then you stop accordingly. All right, because probabilities are very much high over there. Okay, so you're gonna get the return on the silver by using slightly reasonable stop loss. Okay, And if you're going to use tight stop loss with a bigger, position, something like 10 grand, 20 grand, all right, then you can get stopped out on that trade before you're going to get that, wave. The reason, because price is still sitting close to the bottom, okay, and it still can test 14 areas, all right, $14, 13.90, 14, or 14.20, these areas. So if your stop loss going to be above that, all right, if your stop loss going to be above 14.20, 14.25, within these areas, yeah, then make sure you are prepared to get stopped out on that trade. Okay, so longer term reversal, what is the chart? Okay, so the chart, there you got. Okay, so the weekly time frame chart, there you got. All right, so we got a bounced off from the bottom on the silver. All right, and all these charts were there on the lower time frame. So easy money is there on the silver, specifically in these days. Okay, so this is the chart which I was asking you to keep in your mind for longer term. Okay, so price still can tag these areas. We are not anticipating, but if it is going to go there, okay, there, then this is the wave you should not miss. All right, this is going to be the wave. All right, that is the wave for longer term on the silver. So if you are not a longer term trader on the silver, you are a short term trader, okay, then look for the short term trades. All right, the trade which I have just shown you there. Okay, now for next week, you look in silver to give you a flat formation or ABC move. You guys can see that. Okay, so first of all, breakout, and then go down for another move. Okay, this flat formation, and then continue to go higher. Okay, so this is your wave. Okay, within that circle, this is your wave, the wave you are looking for upside. All right, so chart I have just shown you. Watch price action. Okay, watch price test this area again. Okay, that's going to be the trade. Okay, so trade is already gone, guys. Okay, so the trade which I have just shown you, buy, is already gone. I have just shown you that chart. That chart is just gone. So if it is going to test those areas, just watch it to continue to go higher. Okay, that wave. All right, so that wave. So in lower time frame, if you are already managed to get into the trade, because I have shown you last week that chart, that trade, if you already are long on the silver, okay, then this correction which is just forming over there, that correction to break out and continue to go higher. You can even trade on that within these areas, but trade with care. So gold also went higher. Okay, last week we were expecting 4-hour correction to break out. All right, that correction to break out. Okay, so we got that correction breakout. The next leg is going to appear over there. So for next week, so make sure you trade on gold at these areas with care. Okay, if you're buying gold at 1750, 1760, or 1740 on these areas, then trade with care. Okay, yeah, but we are looking this move for the next bullish leg. All right, because price completed that correction. Now we are looking next leg like that. Okay, so for buying this leg within these areas, carry a risk. If you're smart enough, then you can buy the gold within these areas on lower time frame and can move on to the break even and can let the gold to continue to go higher. Okay, if not smart enough, okay, don't know how to get into the trade on lower time frame and how to manage positions, for upside at the previous highs, yeah, then let the gold to tag these areas, then wait for the gold to test the 1660 or 1650, okay, and then start looking for buy for the next leg. Yeah, gold can push up to 1900, all right, or even higher than that. Some banks are expecting that gold going to go up to 3000. There is possibility that gold can go much higher. Okay, reason is very much simple. All right, we are having recession. Okay, and gold is a best metal to buy during recession. Any dip you see on gold, trade for upside. Short to medium term, stay bullish, buy. So we believe that price is going to stay there for a while. Okay, on oil at 15 20. All right, 20 on WTI. All right, and longer term reversal on oil. Okay, so the longer the price gonna stay there on oil, all right, then there are gonna be a lot of casualties into the market. All right, specifically those who are producing oil. Okay, they're gonna have trouble. They are already shutting. All right, so since last week, many producers are shutting. Why oil prices went lower? We were anticipating that oil prices are going to stay above 20 for longer term reversal. Okay, why we have seen that? Why we have seen aggressive drop on the oil? Why oil went below zero? All right, because speculator, you know, they roll over their contract, you know, last week. All right, they don't want to to get oil delivered to them because they don't have, you know, storage to store oil. All right, and that's driven the oil prices lower, below than zero. Okay, then somebody bought that oil. Yeah, somebody bought that oil. You know, those people who realized losses rather than taking deliveries. All right, so somebody bought that oil and they get paid for that oil. That's the reason we have seen negative prices on oil. Okay, so you're not going to see negative prices on oil every time. Okay, this is not going to happen again. Yeah, so yeah, oil gonna stay above 20 for longer term. Yeah, 15 and yeah, 15 is the best price. Below 15, yeah, even currently, as I said, some brokers stop trading. They are not, you know, providing prices on oil. All right, and some those who are providing, you know, prices to trade on oil, they are charging a lot of, you know, if you are trading as a spot, then you will have to pay a lot of, you know, swap on oil long holdings. All right, so if you are buying CFDs, oil as a CFD, all right, then make sure you may, you know, you may pay a lot when you're going to go for a rollover. Okay, if prices are going to stay there at current prices for longer term, yeah, then the next contract gonna open with $5 to $10 higher. Okay, then your rollover price, your rollover cost gonna be much higher. All right, and if June contract is going to repeat May contract, then we may see, you know, oil gonna test the $5, $2, $3 areas again. Okay, yeah, oil market broken last week. If that behavior is going to repeat again, yeah, for, you know, June contract. So June contract is going to expire on 19th of May. Yeah, still a lot of time left. Yeah, and highly likely oil gonna stay, you know, above 15, above 20 for a while. All right, rather than going to get back to the bottoms. So if you're trading on oil, so in short, if you are trading on oil, whatever the way you are trading, either spot price you are buying oil, you are buying oil as a spot price. Yeah, if you are buying as a spot price, then check with your broker how much swap they're going to charge you to hold oil for longer term. If you are buying as a CFD, then your rollover cost is going to be much higher, much higher. Okay, and technically, according to this chart, we are looking on the WTI to break out. Okay, this flag, okay, the flag which is just there. So next week, that flag too to break out. Okay, and this move to happen, correct for another time, and reverse. Okay, breakout. And another thing, you know, fundamentally, as I said, producers, those who are producing oil, you know, aggressively, they will not survive on these prices for longer term. Okay, they have to shut down. They have to bring supply at those levels where demand is. Okay, so the demand is 100 million barrel, 100 million barrel per day. And before pandemic, coronavirus pandemic, now the demand is around 83, 84, 85, you know, million barrel per day. Yeah, and from 1st of May we're gonna have you know, OPEC agreement gonna start to enforce. All right, and they have, you know, almost agreed to cut 10 million barrel. Okay, and highly likely they're gonna be more than 20 million barrel cut okay, 20 million barrel cut from May, and that cut gonna come to the current demand. All right, so the supply automatically gonna come close to the current demand, 85, 83, 80 million barrels per day. Yeah, and in longer run you're gonna see strength on the oil prices. Oil prices are gonna go higher. Yeah, so if you're a longer term traders on oil, okay, so this is the best opportunity to buy oil for longer term, but make sure you calculate your trade cost before you jump into the long on oil. Okay, there is another way to trade on oil. Okay, if you don't want to hold oil for longer term, then you can trade for short term on oil. Yeah, on spot prices. So let the oil drop to $3. Okay, currently it is running around $12. All right, so last week some brokers were giving prices in cents. All right, spot prices in cents. Some brokers were giving 7 cent, 10 cent. All right, some were giving 40 cents. Some brokers were giving $3, $5. All right, and if you are going to see these prices again on oil, let's say $5. Okay, go for short term buy. $5 or $6 or $7. Go for short term buy and close your trade before, I mean, don't hold your trade for longer term. Close your trade within a day or two. All right, within a day or two, or maximum 3 days. Yeah, if you're gonna hold it for longer term, your swap gonna double. Okay, but there is a longer term buy opportunity on oil. All right, so the Brent is also very much similar like WTI breakout. This flag to break out and correct and continue to go higher. So next week on 30th of April, we're going to have expiry on Brent. Okay, so CFD is going to expire on 30th of April. All right, and the next June contract going to open around 27. All right, 27, above 27. All right, and we are having spread almost $6-7 on Brent. Okay, and Brent is not going to repeat the way the WTI has done. Okay, because Brent settle in cash, and WTI is settle in deliveries. All right, so you have to accept, you have to arrange deliveries on WTI. So the Brent gonna settle in cash, so you're not gonna see price gonna go beyond zero. All right, in worst scenario. So breakout, okay, breakout, correct for another time and continue to go higher. So again, make sure you understand that how you are trading on oil. Either you are trading on oil as a CFD, as a contract for difference, or you are trading on oil as a spot price. All right, or you are buying shares on energy companies. Okay, make sure you understand that. So oil to break up, and natural gas to go down for another leg lower. Okay, form that expanding triangle and reverse for longer term. All right, correct, drop. Okay, so short term trade was there. Okay, test that bottom and again longer term buy. So as I said, when producers going to start shutting down their wells, all right, so you're going to see auto cut going to come. All right, because they're not going to survive on these prices for longer term. They have to pay their loans and wages and cost. So these are really cheap prices. The cost per barrel is above $10. All right, the WTI cost is above $10. So they're not going to survive below $10 for longer term. So price has to go above. All right, so if they're gonna shut down their wells, they are shutting already. So natural gas also gonna go higher in longer run. Okay, so if natural gas tests the previous bottom, gasoline, natural gas, oil, all these, they test previous bottom or form new low, still longer term bullish. All right, so this expanding triangle formation, which I'm just showing you over there. Okay, so natural gas to go down, test the bottom, and then reverse. So equities. So S&P 500 bigger time frame chart. Hopefully you guys remember that. Okay, so break up. All right, this flag or triangle to break up, continue to go higher, form another one and go all the way back to that top and drop. Okay, we are having a recession. All right, and this might be a correction for that recession to go down. Okay, so if you are buying the equities for another up leg, okay, so make sure you use proper stop loss there and calculate your risk reward ratio before jumping into the market. Okay, but we are bullish for another up leg. Okay, so if breaking down, Okay, aggressive break is going to come. Just follow that. Just follow that breakout like that. Okay, so continuation, bullish on the Nasdaq 100 index as well. Okay, breakout and continue to go higher. So you see arrow where the arrow is pointing out. So just go higher. So German 30 also push more higher. Okay, after hitting the previous top, then go down. Okay, then recession to play. Yeah, so hold that bottom and continue to go higher. All right, so Dow similar like the S&P 500. Okay, breakout, continue to go higher and form another correction and test these areas. 100% retracement of the fall. All right, so let's look at the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin also similar like last week. All right, so breakout of that correction. Okay, and continue to go higher. Form another one, continue to go higher. Okay, same analysis like last week. It hasn't changed a lot. All right, keep pushing higher. All right, within these areas, keep pushing higher, and from that trend line, go down again. Okay, if break down for one more drop, start looking for buy again. All right, so platinum. All right, so platinum to continue to go higher. All right, so platinum to break out, continue to go higher, form another correction, and similar analysis like silver. Okay, if goes down, test this previous bottom, stay bullish, flat formation like silver chart I have just shown you at the start. All right, so copper also bounced off on a bigger daily time frame. All right, so copper to go back up for longer term. All right, so go back up and continue to go higher. So when copper goes lower, copper drops means that there is no activities, there is no production activities, there is no manufacturing or something like that. Copper is a good indicator to tell you that what's happening in the companies, what companies are doing. Okay, so goes down, test that bottom and continue. Correct, okay? So correct, and continue to go higher. All right, so Palladium also bullish. All right, so we got a bigger correction. Okay, so this to continue to go higher, or go down for another other move and then continue to go higher. So this continue to go higher, this bigger flag to break out, and the Palladium to end up close to the 3000 again. Okay, so dollar rand is still pushing higher, so stay bullish. Okay, and on a bigger time frame, stay short and bullish. Okay, this move, same analysis like last week, it hasn't changed on lower time frame. Tag the $20 on a bigger time frame, give us a bigger correction. Okay, this bigger correction is just due on this chart on the dollar rand. So stay short term bullish, buy short term dip, the dip on the dollar rand. Okay, but make sure you use stop loss. Okay, so short term trade with trend. Okay, so this chart is also same, short term continue to go higher. Okay, or manipulation, go down and bigger flat formation, and then again longer term buy. All right, so that's it, guys. Enough for this week. If there is any question, then let me know. Do you have any question? All right. So, okay, guys, thank you very much for coming into the weekly market outlook. So, Wix to continue to go lower. Okay, so Wix is